After a partial day yesterday, first full day here at Hersheypark. Early entry for season pass holders heading straight to Candymonium. I didn't ride it yesterday. I knew I'd have this time. Got my first ride on Candymonium towards the back, next to last row. That was pretty good. It was smooth. Just a hint of a rattle, but that's B&M. I mean, they have to have a rattle. That's required. That first Camelback hill, in the back at least, that was the best moment of airtime, I think. And it goes out there, does a turnaround. There's not as much airtime on this as a lot of the other B&M hypers, but it's good quality airtime though. I was feeling the forces in this helix here. Didn't gray out at all. I thought that moment would be better than it was. And that's a cool visual going around the Hershey's Kisses fountain. I'm thinking I may actually like Orion more, and I wasn't expecting that. I thought Candymonium would be better. So pass holders and resort guests get 1 hour early entry, and during that time I got 4 rides on Candymonium. I was able to do rows 1, 2, 4, and 6. And there's 7 rows, so I didn't get the very back, but close enough. And I would say this is definitely a front row ride. Now the drop, of course, as usual, the drop's going to be better in the back, but every other element is better in the front, just like Orion. I'd say there's something like 7 airtime moments. See, there's 1, 2, 3. This is number 4. And then you go through the helix. I guess some people might gray out kind of on the helix. I don't. Now that, I don't know if you'd call that an airtime moment. I don't really feel any airtime. It's a cool maneuver, but I don't think there's any real force behind it. Of course, the airtime coming into this helix, then you get airtime maybe on that part, depends. If front row is going to get airtime entering into the brake run. So, I don't know where I'd put it in hypers. I mean, no doubt in my mind, Mako and Goliath at Six Flags Over Georgia is a better hyper. Both of them are better hypers. This is going to be kind of in that next tier of B&M hypers, I would say, around Apollo's Chariot, Nitro level. Of course, there are plenty of people who don't think much of Apollo's Chariot or Nitro in regards to like airtime and stuff, but I think they're great. My experience with those have been great, so I think Candymonium probably is around that level. That was a fun log ride. Nothing like Knott's Berry Farm level, but check out that airtime hill there. You go down the drop and then you get a little airtime hill. And I did come flying out of my seat on that. You want some airtime with no restraint at all? Do the log ride. I did not know this was going on here. I didn't know they had this. A sea lion. Well, I've done all 3 drop towers. I actually think that the middle one, Reese's, is my favorite. 3 different heights. I actually think the tallest one, Hershey's, is my least favorite of the 3. The Trailblazer, the Aero Mine Train. It's pretty mediocre, even by mine train standards, which I usually like the mine trains. There's nothing bad about this one. It just doesn't really do much. You got this double helix at the end. It doesn't really do anything else. You got it. It does a turn, and then you almost valley, and then you have this double helix, and that's the end of the ride. Now get ready. Here we go. On the boomerang. Oh, aka Sidewinder. It is called Sidewinder here. Rode it a couple times. I do like the boomerangs. They are very intense. Always leave me feeling disoriented. And this one has the Vekoma vest restraints. I didn't know that this had the vest restraints until I walked up on it on the station and saw it. That was pretty cool. I always like the boomerangs, but yeah, I always have to grab the restraints and lean my head forward to avoid headbanging. But this one, you don't have to do that. You're not going to get headbanging with those vest restraints. That just makes it so much better. But it is painful to have this right next door and to be closed. Temporarily closed for the season. They should just take that temporarily off. That's too bad, but hopefully it'll be up next June. Season pass is good through June. You know, I'm sure I'll love Storm Runner whenever I get on it, but I don't know if I'll like it more than Fahrenheit. This is really great. I do like that this one has the Maverick restraints. It does not have the King Dakar restraints. There was the airtime hill. So the restraints are comfortable. 97-degree beyond vertical drop. Airtime hill is behind there. Or is it here? No, here it is. I couldn't remember what came where. Yeah, you have the overbank turn, then you have the airtime hill right here. Well, I got my last ride on Candymonium at about 7:12, 12 minutes after the park closed. There's 2 more trains to run behind us. I wasn't trying to get last ride though. It looks like it could storm at any second now, so you might as well get the ride if you can, just in case. So I rode Candymonium 5 times today, 4 times before the park opened and 1 time after the park closed. Got on Skyrush 5 times, did Fahrenheit 8 times. I would have done a couple more on Skyrush if it didn't break down on us. But I'm starting to think I like Fahrenheit more than Skyrush, just because it's more comfortable. Skyrush started hurting there. Rewritability, Fahrenheit is better, but still, Skyrush is so crazy. I just love the intensity of it. Candymonium is not intense. It's just a lot of fun. It does have some good airtime too. Originally, I wasn't sure if this would be top 3 in the park, but now it's growing on me. I think, yeah, I'd say number 3 in the park. Although I haven't ridden Storm Runner, so Storm Runner probably put it number 4 in the park. And there goes the empty train to let the last people off. Yeah, it does look great. The station looks amazing. And when all this starts growing back in, it's going to look even better. And the fountains. That fountain is so cool, especially on ride. This Helix doesn't really do anything force-wise, but the views that you get are so cool. You want to sit on the left side of the train if you want to be closest to the fountains. Hersheypark entrance is around the corner there. And there's Fahrenheit way over there. I did not realize how huge this park was until I visited here, until I was walking around through it. All out to Wildcat and Lightning Racers. That's like way off in the distance. Looking like it's going to be a rainy day today, so get in what I can while I can. The season pass early entry time doesn't even start for another 5 minutes, and people are already on Candymonium. I got 5 rides on Candymonium in the first 45 minutes of early entry, and then it went down for inclement weather. I don't know if it's back up yet or not, because it was misting during the rides, and when the mist stopped, that's when it went down for inclement weather. That's weird. But yeah, it's a good thing I have the season pass, because otherwise, by the time I got in, the ride was closed. But Comet was running. Comet kept running, got 3 rides on it before, well, it's 11:20 now. I rode in the 3rd row, front row, and then back row. The 3rd row was better than the front row, and the back row was definitely the best. Comet is the back row ride. And I stick with Candymonium, definitely a front row ride. I like Candymonium much better in the front than in the back, although the back is still good. And Thigh Crush is still not open. Yeah, you can't see much of Comet from the midways. It's hidden by a lot of other things. You gotta love a wooden coaster with those buzz bars. It might be a little bumpy, but it's not that bad. Hersheypark's doing a great job maintaining this coaster. Oh, the weather had cleared up enough to open Sky Rush, so I hurried back over here after getting a few rides on Great Bear and got on Sky Rush back row wing seats, and then the rain started, and it was a light rain, but they kept running it. They ran it for, I think, 2 cycles, maybe 3 in the rain, and I was on the last cycle before they shut it down. So I got a Sky Rush rain ride. How rare is that? How rare is it for any Intamin rain ride? That was really good. I gotta say, I was thinking I like Fahrenheit more than Sky Rush. No, that rain ride, I gotta give it to Sky Rush. Sky Rush is my favorite in the park. And it wasn't even the back row wing seat. That one, yeah, that crushed the thighs. That hurt a little. Not too bad. But that rain ride, which was more towards the middle of the train, that didn't hurt at all. That was just pure fun, especially with the rain. And then I came over and did Comet in the rain, and now the rain is really starting to pick up. I may just keep riding Comet anyway. So it's still drizzly and dreary, so most rides are probably still closed. So I did the antique cars. Why not? I've never done it before. Alright, so we hit a little bit of a rain delay there in the middle of the day. About 4 hours the coasters went down, but it worked out. Went to the zoo, did a lot of flat rides, and it did the indoor coaster a couple times. And then with 2 hours to spare, the coasters came back online, 5 to 7 o'clock. And so got 5 rides on Fahrenheit, 2 on the Racers, and ended the day with 4 on Sky Rush. 4 rides in about 20 minutes, including a re-ride for the last ride of the night. So yeah, I got Loratnas, last ride of the night on Sky Rush. Got to just stay on the train. Yeah, I think my thighs are going to be paying for those 4 rides in 20 minutes. But that's okay, it was so worth it. That ride is amazing. Empty train. admit, this is a fun coaster to take video of. I wouldn't say it's the best B&M hyper, but it's the most fun to watch and take pictures and video of. And that's it from Hersheypark. Glad I did the season pass option for the early entry, and for the fact that with Storm Runner closed, I'm going to want to come back here anyway. So, come back in June next year, and then I'll hopefully get on Storm Runner, and what else was closed? Oh yeah, Super Duper Looper and the Wild Mouse. I still got 3 credits I need to get at this park, but really happy with this visit. This went so well. There's just so much I like about this park. It's not just about the coasters. I always like parks that can be more than just about the roller coasters, but still have a great collection, like Dollywood. And Hersheypark in a normal year would have even more than what they have here. But even with what they got here, it's great. You got the water park, and you got the zoo, which the zoo is pretty cool. A little pricey. I paid more for my season pass for Hersheypark than I did for my SeaWorld Platinum Pass. But hey, not that big a deal. And while you're in the area, you can come to Hershey's Chocolate World. That's free admission. So while I'm here, might as well check out Chocolate World. Didn't want to waste park time on it. Well, waste probably isn't the right word. Use park time on it. They're open an hour later after the park is open, after the park closes. It smells like chocolate in here. You can even tell through the mask. Oh, it's really cool with the sun peeking through.